Practice also clock out. Jeremiah can't be there tonight. Pass of 2025, starting April the 9th. Got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, I got General Muhammad class. April 11th, we got the Black Party that's going to have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under community junior honor. Our great and holy King that honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light. And no greater gift you receive than to wake up to truth and then commit your life to saving your brother's man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their face, seeing what they're suffering and what they've gone through, and seeing it is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven. So in the name of our King Yahushua, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved. The 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Wow.
I got you. Set it back. It's up. It's time to vote on the block. Got a real nigga. And see what no dog. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure. Got this shot in the closet. Out of my fault. Fuck what they heard. But killing is all true. He caused it. And now they're causing it for them. They gon' move. Look, I keep this shit 50 times two times. Ain't no more heart in this game. I'm John QT. Hold it in the ambulance. Way above average. Me and Stacey, he told to make me an addict to the left. Instead of body full of bones, it's my whole family. Now, a little man, y'all saying you broke down. Crack, move off my wall. Tell me how the crackers turn the shower to a ghost town. Hope it's out there, I let it game down. I feel the pain, but nothing is the same. Now, never like shine like Kevin to a rain. Glass block, have a fit like a tail, no. Try to warn them niggas, we red all like the rain. Them other niggas rap, I'll make anthems for it. I really see problems under this bad now. Bring my enemy. He's right down on camera. Oh my God, I want to black and white like a candle. I'm better than that nigga that's stuck. Dirty the handle. Look, I'm old like a facility. It's all over irrigation, but I got a noise in me. Oh, no, wait, they bitch around like way more no sleep. If they won't, I cut through their seeds like I'm Doggo. Take it for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clip. Trust me, I'm down with shit, they not squeeze chilling. Clean like 40 with a heel touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Rap around the yard down, just have the same breeze. Looking for my bitch fatter than baby kids in my truck. Twice long, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field for them niggas on the fence, yeah. Ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm black. I don't hear one word they saying. This shit like work. He might hug in front of us. He might lose his life for it. Something up and stay aloof. Never got this stress to me. He ain't think it's just an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. Put that off your blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with it. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me break it. Rather than they spin, I ain't listening. Isn't that good? Revenge was a woman, I saw that bitch like James. We gon' run this summer, it's gonna be a storm. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the order. And to run this shit, but they question is the talk. Bitch, I'm the one, me, took it with the org. I'ma get a crack as hell, should've never kid. Not my family, I can't do that. Bet I be the last. This nigga stand doing like city for my niggas. Pray you understand it. I'ma quit the switch on this block and all of y'all got. You real trigger, know the dot, you a bird feeder. And they here feeder, push it into a cold nigga. He said something, I ain't hear this shit like it. Oh, who got the gun? It's a who gon' up that fight. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Soldiers from the dead. Just ain't the change for his shots. I'ma look like Aaron Jones. When I run it, never fight your head. The people do it, never get their hand back. He bitch about 10%. I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping smoke. Oh, fuck him. Just make sure you get that cover back. Around. He ain't with probably because he never was. No. My chin like you with the angles for your cover back. Everybody want to be with you for the fuck him like I want. Play if he want, he's laying in the trunk like he mad. I want a certified rubber ass nigga. I am not. I just want to hell with that hollow side. Yeah, this the real. I'm caught. Feel like gonna take when I'm in fan. Feel you feel you. What? Still up on my brain. Still I think that's all that I do. Yeah, get it boy lost. They gon' start to call it hell. Fucking that. Talk about all the demons like I'm hell. Boy.
Alright, Shalom Israel. This is Ashby K. Start out of 1 West under 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jenny Hanna. This Tuesday night brotherhood class. I'm preaching off a 50 Canuck yard. And the topic of tonight's class is discipline is the key to righteousness. But Salakia, if you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Sister, let me know if it's still skipping, if it still look bad or whatnot. If you could, Baba Kasha. Let me know. I'll wait a second. Okay. I don't see nothing in the chat, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep going. All right. Like I said, the topic of the class is discipline is the key to righteousness. I'm gonna get into, what is righteousness? Why I say discipline is the key to righteousness. I'm also getting into what your reputation means. And the truth, or your reputation. Period. What your reputation means as a brother or sister, and why that factors into righteousness. Then what is a good reputation? What is a rep? All right, now my first. Also, if anybody got any questions, put them in the chat. I try to get to them when I can, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the scriptures. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, and verse 1.
So you saying Proverbs?
Okay, YouTube. This is YouTube. Chapter 22 and verse 1. Bible Kashah. Book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 1.
Yeah. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Chapter 22.
Salaki. Chapter 22. Give me a second.
No, so what?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches.
It says a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. This plays into what I was saying about your reputation. A good name. You know what I mean? The Bible, you got to look at this like it's black people speaking. You got to see this as slang. You can't take it literal how the Christian church will take it literal, how the so-called white man will take it literal. It says a good name. So like it says a good name is what? Rather to be chosen than great riches. When it says a good name, this is not meaning a good name like name your child something out of the Bible. Name your child Matthew, Mark, or Luke. You feel what I'm saying? A good name is what you are known for, your reputation. I mean, when people hear your name, what do they think of? Do they think good of you or do they think ill of you? That's what a good name is in this scripture right here. All right. And it says a good name. Read it over again, Salaki.
Proverbs 22 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches.
A good name, a good reputation, a good career, a good, a good standing with the Most High, a good standing with people is rather to be chosen than riches. I can say, and nowadays, this is a scripture. This is in the Bible. This is a good name in a righteous sense. But in the world, we think a good name is definitely if you have riches. We think for sure if you are rich, you have a good name. And that's not the case. You know what I mean? It's plenty of brothers and sisters out here that's rich. They do nothing for our people.
Right.
They do nothing righteous. They don't help anybody. They don't keep the laws of the Bible. And also they push other people to sin. They got power over our people and they don't try to help them at all. You see what I'm saying? They say they go and rap drill music or sisters going to rap sing like, you know what I mean, music about being a whore all day. That's all they know how to do is make music for whores. And then the youth or the people younger or the people, you know what I mean, listening, they take that up. They take up all the music about unaliving and robbing and, you know what I mean, all the music about whoring, all the sinful things you can imagine. They make this music and know that they influencing children, know that they influencing people. But guess what they're gonna say? They're gonna say they're not raising nobody's kids. They know the only people that black people, children look up to, they look up to a Sexy Red more than their own mother. They look up to a Beyonce, Megan Thee Stallion more than their own mother. You know what I mean? Young brothers, they look up to a Lil Wayne, a Lil Durk more than their own fathers. You see what I'm saying? This is them. This is how they see things. This is how, you know what I mean, this is how they operate. You feel me? This is how in the world you will see the. Yeah, how about you have smart things?
Yeah, what's that?
All right, you up? All right. Yeah, I'm in class. Huh? What up? All right. All right, come on. You could read the scripture over again.
This is book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches.
Keep going.
And loving favor rather than silver and gold.
A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. You know what I mean? What is an example of this? Go ahead.
Like rich man versus, what you call it? What you call them people that got a good reputation, like a man of honor?
Mm-hmm.
A rich man versus a poor man that has honor. I'd rather have the honor than just to be known for being rich.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to be known for your honor than what you have.
Uh-huh. But you got everything in the world to be a unrighteous man.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You could be a wicked man and have everything in the world. Keep going.
Kind. You want to say unlock the phone?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2. The rich and poor meet together. The Lord is the maker of them all.
Keep going.
Verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Keep going.
Verse 4. By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life.
It say, by humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life. It don't matter how much money you got in the world. We don't want to be P. Diddy. You know what I mean? It don't matter how much money you got in the world. I don't want to be TD Jakes. I don't want to have all this money and be a wicked bastard. Be known for what? Being a homosexual. Right. Be known for being what? A pedophile.
Right.
Being on Epstein Island. Now I'm on the Epstein Island list. You know what I mean? Because I was rich. You want to do what I want to do.
Right.
Nah, that's not according to the Bible. All right, now drop that. Give me.
Salaki, sir. Sister Man, I'm on a scripture breakdown. You want to do that now or after you get through teaching?
What's the scripture?
Luke 4:22.
All right, give me a second. I'm gonna get that one after this next. Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
Give me a second. Luke 4:22.
Okay.
Ask her what specifics you want broke down about this. What's confusing?
She can hear you.
Mm. But for now, we're gonna keep going. Anybody got questions in the class? Go ahead. I'm finna drop what I had.
It was Proverbs 22:1-4. But we dropping that one to the next one.
Okay. Let's see. Did you put anything in the chat?
Sir. Let me put it in the chat.
All right, give me Ecclesiastes 8:1 while you're at it.
This is book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8:1.
Mm-hmm.
Do all Akim and Aquavian have it? Akim stand for brothers, Aquavian stand for sisters. Give y'all a second to get it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I get Ecclesiastes
8:1.
Yeah, kind of. Just let me know you got it. Come on.
Con, I got it.
All right, go ahead.
Con. Ecclesiastes 8:1. Who is the wise man?
Mm-hmm.
And who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed.
It says a man's wisdom maketh his face to shine. Anybody know what that means? Anybody want to give a crack at it? Go ahead. Remember, I'm gonna say this. Remember, stay in the class. You talk about reputation. I mean, how your righteousness play into your reputation. What people know you for. All right, now read it over again.
Verse Ecclesiastes 8:1. Who is as the wise man? and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing.
All right, so the wise man is somebody like, even in the world, you would say somebody like somebody everybody go to because they know something. You this somebody you will ask the questions because they know the answer. You see what I'm saying? They always got good counsel. They always tell you something right. All right, now keep going.
A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine,
All right, now go ahead.
and the boldness of his face shall be changed.
Man's wisdom maketh his face to shine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like you know how we got that slang today, like, man, you made my face card look bad. You know that slang. Like that basically be talking about like his face card. Like when people see him, they'd be like, "Oh, that man wise. That's a man of the Lord." Versus us seeing P Diddy, we like, "Oh, we know what he do. Like, man, we know you go to one of his parties, boy. You come home sore."
Yeah, you leaving baby what up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, that's exactly what this means. The water says a man wisdom maketh his face to shine. This ain't talking about going to put Vaseline on. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is talking about when somebody see this man, they are happy to see him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They make his face to shine. He's somebody that you will go to. Somebody, I mean, that you want to see. Somebody with a good reputation.
Right.
Somebody who is a leader. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who can tell you if you down and out and you need the answer to this thing, this is somebody you waiting to look for. All right, now keep going.
And the boldness of his face shall be changed.
What is the boldness of his face? The boldness of his face shall be changed. All right. Somebody want to get a crack at that.
The boldness of his face.
Go ahead.
Boldness of his face, meaning like so like boldness. Would that be like how serious he looked?
It could be that. The boldness of his face. Imagine you before you came to the truth. I know me before I came to the truth. You know what I mean?
God.
I wasn't the type of nigga that would be up here for sure.
God.
I was sitting just like this brother is right here, all the way in the back. All the chairs was in. My first class, I was all the way in the back, mean mugging the whole time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Listen to the scriptures, but you know what I mean? I came around. It said the boldness of his face shall be changed. So the boldness of my face changed, right?
Right.
You became from somebody who people avoid to the person who people listen to. Keep going.
Verse 2. I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment, and that in regard of the oath of Yahweh.
I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment, and that in the regard, that in regard of the oath of God. This is talking about just like how you would keep Donald Trump's laws,
right?
Keep the government's laws, you will keep the laws of the Lord. You know what I mean? You'll keep the commandments of the Most High. Keep going.
Verse 3. But not hasty to go out of his sight. Stand not in evil thing, for he doeth whatsoever pleaseth him.
Who is the he?
He is the person that does that goes out there to sin. Basically, like he's doing whatever he loves. So, like, say for instance, he loves homosexuality. He's going out there to commit homosexuality because it pleases him.
And it says, be not hasty to go out of his sight. You know what I mean? This is talking about the Lord's sight.
Right.
And say, stand not in an evil thing. It's people standing in wickedness.
Right.
It's people want to be in the hood all day. It's people who want to be on the corner selling dope all day.
Okay.
It's people, go ahead.
It's like it's people out there that want to go to jail. Because they think going to jail is like getting street cred. You feel like it's people that want to be known for, killing brothers and sisters. They want to be known as, I'm that big and bad one. You feel me?
It's people like that's why I said that shock last class. People who have like a bloodlust, you know what I mean? Or people who want to unalive somebody just to show that they would.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They want to unalive somebody for some type of street cred. And that's the wrong reputation to have with the Most High. That's not what you're looking for. You know what I mean? I done been there in the world.
Right.
See what I'm saying? It's people who want to unalive somebody just so the next nigga know that they'll unalive them. You know what I mean? That they'll kill them too.
So
That's
like
not
you
how
said,
you,
Sister Mana Irma says, so like you said, would Susanna be a good example of a good name?
of a good name. Con. She talking about Susanna from the Apocrypha, right?
I believe so. I think
Con.
there's only one Susanna.
Yeah, that was Susanna from the Apocrypha. She's talking about Susanna from the Apocrypha. If people don't know who Susanna is, she was finna get framed for having sex with men that
Right.
wasn't her husband.
Right. It was two
Two of the elders.
yeah, two of the
Two
elders.
people supposed to been watching for her. They was supposed to be taking care of her, and they end up being lustful.
Right.
And they both came. Neither one of them knew that the other one was going after her.
Mhm.
And they both met in right in her bed chamber or whatever, wherever she took a bath. They was there at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? And they was like, well, since we both here, we both in on this together. And they took Susanna. They went to her. And they told her, if you don't do it, we're gonna tell everybody that you slept with us.
Right.
We're gonna tell everybody that you did something wicked. They was gonna lie on her if she didn't do it. She was like, well, damn if I do, damn if I don't. I might as well do what the Most High want.
Right.
And they end up, because she wouldn't do it, they tried to take her to so-called trial. She was finna get killed. And then Elijah came and saved the day. Go ahead.
Right. And plus they also told her, if we go and tell them that you did do, slept with us or whatever, they gonna believe the elders over, some woman. You feel me? So that was another thing, like, which it kind of was true. They probably would believe them because they're elders. You feel me? But being that she kept the Lord's word, you feel me, and kept the commandments and didn't partake in that evil, you feel me? The Lord saying Ezekiel and deliver her out of that.
Mm-hmm. Now can you read?
Verse 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, verse 4. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, what doesn't thou?
Mm-hmm. So like wherever the word of a king, it's like the word of a king is, there's power. Ain't nobody finna say nothing to a king. Ain't nobody finna say, what is the king? What you got going on? You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing. And a wise man's heart discerneth, doeth time and judgment.
It's a both.
And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment.
It say, whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing. All right. This is talking about, you know what I mean? You know how they say it's a time and place for everything? If you keep the commandments, you not finna go and unalive a nigga while he with his children. Right. You not finna go. You know how niggas say it's on sight? Okay. You know how niggas say, yeah, I mean, it's when I catch you, it's that. Right. And now, once you say that, and another nigga believe that you really finna unalive them, when they catch you, it's on. Right. And they might just catch you when you ain't ready, when you loafing. You know what I mean? Because you want to be wicked, because you want to be evil. You choosing this lifestyle. All right, now keep going.
Verse 6. Mm-hmm. Because to every purpose there is time and judgment. Mm-hmm. Therefore the misery of man is great upon him.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Verse 7. For he knoweth not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be?
Mm-hmm. Another thing you got to remember, death comes uncertain. You can be to sleep, you can go to sleep tonight and not wake up tomorrow.
Right.
Just like General Muhammad was teaching, buildings behind them. The story, you remember that? He was talking about it in his class. He said it was a building that collapsed.
Right.
They were saying that these complex apartment complexes been getting complaints. They've been saying that the roof is leaking, the floor caving in, all that. But they didn't never fix it. They never fixed it, and it crashed. Everything fell down. The whole building collapsed. and all type of people died. Yeah, I mean, none of them people thought that they would die.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when stuff like that happens, it's the Lord showing you that nothing is guaranteed. You know what I mean? Your life ain't guaranteed.
Right.
Your life ain't old. The Christian church might teach you that the Most High owe you something. You don't owe you nothing. You owe the Most High everything. The Most High could kill you any day. What's up?
I might say so. I could say if I could.
Go ahead.
Now today you got a Christian church that will tell you need to command the Lord and tell the Lord to do this for you. Like, who is you to tell the Lord what to do? You feel me? Like, the Lord said, I show mercy unto whom I show mercy. You feel me? Like, Lord said, if I want to give you mercy, then I'm gonna give you mercy. If I don't, nigga, it's F you. You feel me? Like who is you to command him and tell him what to do? You feel me? But that's what the Christian church try to tell you.
And they also say, just wait on it.
Right.
God got something good for you. They don't know what the Most High. They might die tomorrow. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, the Most High gonna send them a man that's gonna take care of them. It's gonna be a 6-figure man that ain't gonna never leave her. That's gonna stay with one woman. That's gonna take care of all the bills.
Right.
He's gonna be everything that she ever needed in life, and
Right.
she'll never get it. Go ahead.
This is a precept, if I could, that backs up what you are saying. Like, tomorrow is not promised to nobody.
Come on, go ahead.
This is James 4:14.
Mhm.
Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeared for a little time and then vanished away.
Go ahead.
Oh, you go to the next verse?
Nah, you want to break it down?
Oh, kind of. I'll break it down. So it's saying, whereas ye know not what shall be on tomorrow, meaning it's saying, like, you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You can't even sit here and say, oh, I know I'm going to be here tomorrow. You feel? That's why you hear brothers in the truth say, Lord willing, tomorrow I'll come do this, whatever, the third. You feel me? Then it goes to say, for what is your life? Meaning, like, what is your life? Do you even know what your life is? You feel like, then it says, it is even a vapor. Like, anybody seen somebody vape, them electric cigarettes or whatever, you see how when they vape, they blow the smoke out, or the vapor, whatever it is, the mist, they blow it out, and you see how quickly it goes away, it disappears. You see the vapor come out like a cloud, even when they blowing it out like a train smoke, but it disappears quickly. Lord said your life is like vapor. And then he says that period for a little time. That little time you see it, that's your lifespan. We're dealing with the Lord, you feel me? And then said, and then vanish away. Meaning, like, bro, you can be here today and gone tomorrow. You can be gone tonight. You feel me? Like, you can be gone in the next 10 minutes. You feel me? Like Lord say, like, people who saying, like, your life is like a teardrop that falls from a bucket of water. You feel me? A little piece of water falls out of a bucket. You think anybody gonna complain about that? You think anybody gonna say, oh Lord, I dropped a little teardrop? You feel me, man? You gonna take that full bucket of water and go on about your business. You feel me? That's what it is to the Lord, unless you keep the commandments, unless you're doing what he tell you to do. You feel me?
Now, you could be righteous one day and wicked the next.
Right.
Moses did a lot of stuff. Moses split the Red Sea. He unalived the brother for smiting Israelites. He got the Israelites out of Egypt. He did a lot of stuff, but he disobeyed the Most High one time, and the Lord sent him up to the mountains to die. You know what I mean? Give me Ecclesiastes 6:1. So, like, I'm gonna get back on the topic.
Ecclesiasticus.
In the Apocrypha, chapter 6 and verse 1.
This is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 1. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy, for thereby thou shalt inherit an ill name.
Ill.
It's like an ill name, shame, and reproach. Even so shall a sinner that hath a double tongue.
All right. It starts off and says, instead of a friend, become not an enemy. What is that? Instead of a friend, become not an enemy. Yeah, I mean, I know you know Lukamwan.
Basically it's saying be a friend, don't be an enemy. Basically.
Nah, I mean, you ain't got to be the best of friends, but don't be enemies. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a friend, become not an enemy.
Right.
You know what I mean? It says, go ahead, keep reading after that.
For thereby thou shalt inherit an ill name, shame, and reproach.
Mm-hmm.
Even so shall a sinner that have a double tongue.
Mm-hmm. You can't just be enemies with every brother and sister you see. I know we raised up in the world to be petty. You know what I mean? I know we raised up in the world to be, you know what I mean, evil, malicious towards each other. It says instead of a friend, become not an enemy. You don't have to do something wrong to a brother. You don't have to be wicked to a brother. You can say what's up to a brother. I noticed this. When I'm walking past a white person, they always give you that smile. They always give you that little smile, that, you know what I mean? They give you that, you know what I mean? Hey, how's it going? I walk past a brother, they don't say nothing. You might look at each other for 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't ever talk to. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like trying to make friends with a brother is damn near impossible. You feel me? It's damn near impossible when everybody is hating each other. Well, don't nobody care about the next brother. Nobody care about the next sister. You feel me? Just like Salakia, not to deviate, but we seen what happened in that at Antioch High School the last week.
Right.
I finally seen the YouTube video. They said why he actually did it. I mean, I know y'all know that nigga did not like black people.
Right.
He was a black boy that did not like black people. He said, "I hate my skin. I wish I was white." he had white face. He did all of that. Go ahead.
That's Uncle Ruckus in the real life.
In real life,
you know, as a child, you feel me? Like for you to have racism, you feel me? Like it's almost you have to question like what is you going through? You feel me? Like what did you deal with to become that type of person, to hate your own kind, to hate yourself?
He really hated, and he hated his family. Just like a white boy. You could tell he wanted to be white so bad, he picked up their mannerism. He called his own daddy a nigger.
Right.
That's what he did. He did not like black people, Jewish people, Palestinians. He didn't like nobody if they wasn't white. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If they wasn't hardcore white supremacists. You feel me? That's what happened when we don't love each other and we prefer them. The scriptures say you're going to either hate, you're going to love the one and hate the other. You know what I'm saying? Now drop down to 6. What's going on in the chat?
Verse 6 of Ecclesiastes chapter 6. Be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000.
What's our counselor? Like a Botswana, know. Like a Botswana, know what our counselor is. Come on, priest.
Yeah, what our counselor is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the priest. The priest and prophet.
God, that's true. But in this context, with it,
one counselor of 1,000 is the Most High.
It would be the scripture.
Okay.
When we get counsel, it got to be based off the Bible.
Right.
We can't just turn around and go against it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Keep reading.
Verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first. Even in the Bible say you can't trust everybody.
Right.
Even in the Bible say you can't be cool with everybody. You know what I mean? You're supposed to welcome every brother. You're supposed to respect every brother. That don't mean you're supposed to let them in your house. You know what I mean? That don't mean you're supposed to let them around your kids. You got to prove this brother first. You can't go to war with a brother and expect him to die for you. If you ain't proved that he the brother that die for you, and you go out to camp, like that Captain Soccer War video, like that Captain Soccer War video, I think he said, "Let me out, Cap." You know what I mean? He did like the boys in the hood.
Right.
You can't expect for this brother to do something amazing, and you don't know him like that. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 7.
8.
Verse 8, Salaki. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
Say, for some man is a friend for his own occasion and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. This is just what I was talking about. Some people might want to be in the truth for the looks, to wear the fringes, being all black, to look good at camp, have boots. I want boots, braids, and beards. You know what I mean? They want all of that. They want all the glory. But it says what? Read over again.
Kind. It says, for some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
As soon as some trouble hit, they ain't in the truth no more.
Right.
You see what Peter did? Peter was a disciple of Christ. Christ said, "You're gonna deny me 3 times." He said, "I will never deny you." You know what I mean?
Right.
Christ said, Peter's told Christ he will never do that. As soon as it was time for Christ to get killed, to get unalive, they was like, they seen Peter, they like, that's one of them niggas right there. He was like, nah, I don't know Christ.
Right.
Then another person seen him, like, yeah, you was with him. I could have sworn I seen him. We were like, nah, I never met this man before. he like, I never met this man before. You know what I mean? It says, and will not abide in the day of, it's like in the day of the trouble. Keep going.
Right.
What you need?
Oh, Salaki, I'll keep going first. Verse 9. And there is a friend who being turned to enmity, and strife will discover thy reproach.
If anybody lost, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Anybody need to know what we talking about, what we going over. But what was you saying?
I was getting ready to say, like, what was heavy for me when it says, for some man is a friend for his own occasion. Like, we done hear plenty of times our mom and daddy say, that ain't your real friend. That just your friend because you got money. They just friends because you got something they want. You feel me? Like, and then it goes in to say, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. Meaning, like, it could be a day where you about to get jumped. And you depending on this man that's only friends with you for this occasion, for one occasion, you feel me? Soon as you get jumped, you looking around where your help at, he gone. Matter of fact, it was a video of a woman in the club. You see the homegirl walk up, she hugged the girl, you feel me? She shot out or whatever in the live, and she walked off. The girl who she hugged started getting jumped. I'm talking about they been giving her the business, dragging her out the door. And she left her phone on live sitting on the counter. And the girl who she just hugged and saying this my homegirl, whatever, she pick her phone up, run outside, record the fight on the live and say, "Dang, since you getting your ass beat." I'm like, wait, I thought you been her damn homegirl.
Yeah, she done set her up. You know what I mean?
You feel me?
She done set her up, gave her a hug, and was happy when she got dragged.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a person who's there for their own occasion. You feel me? Somebody might want to be in the truth because they can have multiple ribs. They might want to get a sister because, you know, sisters in here can't leave a man that's in the world.
Right.
They can't leave it. And once you lay with that man, that's your husband. And you got to listen to him. Now, man in the world, he might rib a sister up in here, or he might act like he in the truth, rib a sister up in here and leave and go to the world.
Right.
He know this sister can't leave. He can do all the filth he want to do in the world.
Right.
And she got to stay with him. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important for a sister in the truth. Choose wisely, for sure. Choose wisely, for sure. Because if he leave the truth and he want to go sleep with white women, that's his business now.
All right.
And he leaving them, that's your business now.
So
you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Even one situation where Jenny Muhammad said a sister married a brother in the world and tried to bring him in the truth. He didn't agree with everything, so he left the truth, right? And then she found out that he was gay on the low. And that he was actually out there giving and receiving. You feel me? And Jenny Muhammad told her, you can't leave him. You got to stay with him. You should have got to know him before you got with him.
And now he's blowing rod and coming back and he's coming back and kissing this woman. He's also kissing his sister. That's why I say that's why it's important for sister not to go sleep with just anybody. You feel me?
Right.
If she would have proved that man first, she would have figured out that he was, you know what I mean? He swung that way. he swung that way. You know what I mean? All right, keep
Right.
going.
Fine.
So like read that over again. Read 9 over again.
And there is a friend who being turned to
Enmity.
and strife will discover thy reproach.
Who wouldn't give this a shot? Look like Kabashwan want to. Look like Kabashwan know what he's talking about. Look, look like Kabashwan, huh?
I'm trying to find the verse.
So this is Ecclesiasticus
Chapter 6.
chapter 6 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm. You didn't have it either, sis? It's in the Apocrypha.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, con. It's the
We
wild.
got 2 of them up here.
Yeah, we got 2 of them up here. If Kabashwan, you want to hand it to her? Or if the brother need one, I mean, he can get one too, if he need it. What's the brother name? Elijah. Oh, you need a Apocrypha? You Tawab? You good? Yeah, you don't know
You need
Tawab.
a Apocrypha.
What they read
So again, Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 9.
Is you Tawab? You got that.
I'll read that again.
Yeah, read that over again.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a friend who being turned in enmity and strife will discover thy reproach.
Mm-hmm. You got it, sis? What you think that means? There was a friend when being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach.
Like they might have turned on you, so now you know the real approach.
She own it. You know what I mean?
She close.
She close to it. You know what I'm saying? As a friend which being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach. You know what I mean? Read it over one more time. Come on. And I'm going to go ahead and break it down for time's sake.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a friend who being turned enmity and strife will discover thy reproach.
Mm-hmm. This is a friend. Remember, we're talking about friends who you have to prove first. This is somebody who you will call a friend, but when they've been turned to enmity, which means when they mad, when they, you know what I mean, when they don't like you no more, when they get turned to enmity, keep going after enmity.
And strife
Mm-hmm.
will discover thy reproach.
They're going to discover your reproach. What is this an example of? You got an example? Come on. I know you know.
And strife will discover thy reproach, meaning they will show their true colors.
All right. What's a good example? Let me break it down first. It's a friend. When they mad at you, they're going to dig up your deepest secret. They're going to try to expose you. They're going to try to discover your approach. They're going to try to find something wrong with what you do and, you know what I mean, expose you. You know what I mean? I got cousins out there. I ain't going to say their name. The Boshwan, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. They is sisters. They got mad at each other and they started blasting each other online, on Facebook, all over the place.
Right.
But now they showing stuff that they've been had what they call receipts on.
Right.
They showing old pictures. They showing pictures of how dirty the other one house is. They showing pictures of drawers. You know what I mean? This somebody, they showing pictures of what dudes they was with. This is somebody who was a friend till they turn empty, till they get mad at you. Now they discover your approach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This could be a woman that you gave, you told all your deepest, darkest secrets to her.
Right.
You loved her. You know what I mean? You loved her. You trusted her. Soon as she got mad, she exposed you. You know what I mean? She told her everything that you did when you were 6 years old. Them dirty drawers you tried to hide. You know what I mean? how you leave them stains in the floor at the house. And you know what I mean?
Right.
She done told everybody everything. As soon as she got mad, she got, you know what I mean? She discovered your reproach. Keep going.
Verse 10. Again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
Keep going.
Verse 11. But in thy prosperity, he will be as thyself and will be bold over thy servants.
But in prosperity, when you up, he gonna be as thyself. He gonna be the one. He gonna make you think you can count on him.
Right.
He gonna make you think if anything go down, I know I got him with me. He gonna make you think it's all good. You know what I mean? When you up, keep going.
Verse 13. Separate thyself from thine enemies.
Not 12. You skip 12.
Oh, Salaki. Verse 12. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee.
Nah, as soon as you get down low, he gonna be against you. Keep going.
And will hide himself from thy face.
You ain't got no money. It's time for you to ask him for something. He gone. You know what I mean? He ain't nowhere to be found no more. Keep going.
Well, verse 13. Separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed of thy friend.
Say separate yourself from your enemies and take heed of your friends. You know what I mean? You have to, this plays into reputation. How? You know what I mean? You got to know your reputation. You got to build up your reputation with the Most High, and you got to watch for others. You know what I mean? You can't just trust everybody. You can't just give what the first scripture say? Prove your friend and don't be hasty to give him credit. You got to know who you're dealing with. You see what I'm saying? You got to know who you're dealing with. And also another thing, you can't always be worried about how other people see you. How other people might feel you say this. How other people might feel you say that. You know what I mean? If your family see you, it count. We're not looking for a favor for everybody. We looking for favor with the Most High.
Right.
We looking for, you know what I mean? What was you gonna say?
I'm about to bring out a precept.
All right, give me 1 second.
All right.
We looking for favor with the Most High. We don't care about what everybody else got to say. If I'm not perfect to you, that's Tawab. I gotta be perfect to the Most High. As long as I'm keeping the law, statutes, commandments, I don't give a damn what somebody in the world got to say.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, being perfect in the Bible is keeping the law, statutes, commandments, fearing the Most High, loving your brother, loving your sister. I don't have to be rich. I don't have to be. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gotta put on a cape and go out here and try to save everybody. I mean, you know what I mean? I ain't gotta be out here trying to man please everybody.
Right.
If you're going against the Bible, I'm gonna tell you. If you're going against the Bible or the law, if you're a Muslim, I'm gonna tell you that you're serving a rock. You know what I'm saying? If you're a Christian, I'm gonna tell you that white Jesus is white supremacy. That Christ is not a white man with blonde hair, blue eyes. I gotta tell you that. I'm not looking for favor from everybody. What was you gonna say?
I was gonna bring out 1 Thessalonians 5:12.
What was this for?
This is for like when they say separate yourself from thine enemies. It says 1 Thessalonians 5:12 says, and we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and youths and are over you in the Lord and admonish you. If you want me to break it down.
God, that's a good precept, but I'm trying to hurry up and get through some more. I'm gonna get a couple more scriptures. I'm in class, so like you. I'm kind of deviated from the Western. I kind of deviated from the topic for a second. Give me Matthew 24 and 42.
24 and 42. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doeth come. Verse 43. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
This Matthew 24 and 40. He just read 43. I'll give y'all a second. Make sure you check on everybody next time. Come on. Mr. Wild.
Sister Manai said, like Judas 30 shekels.
Ask her what she talking about. What she referring this to? I think she referring this to how Judas betrayed Christ for 3 bags of silver.
Con.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, it's Matthew what?
24 and 42. Chapter 24 and verse 42.
I'll start over if you need to.
Gone. Good.
All Akim and Aquafian have it. All right, this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 42.
All right, hold on. And remember, we talk about your reputation. We talking about what you doing in these scriptures specifically. This is even talking about what you might be hiding, what you might think don't nobody see. We might not see it. We might think you righteous. We might think you holier than thou, a good brother, a good sister. But the Lord see everything. And when the Lord come back, when Christ cracked that sky, he gonna know who did his will. He gonna know who did the will of the Most High.
Right.
He gonna know who been. It say this is the patience of the saints.
Right.
He gonna know who been patient. That plays a part in discipline. You know what I'm saying? Discipline is having patience, controlling yourself, controlling what you do. You know what I mean? Fighting your battles, fighting your demons. What's another word for patience? Because patience is only in the New Testament. It's not in the Old Testament. What's another word for patience? Long suffering. You know what I mean?
Is it
Huh?
Is it Terry?
Nah, it's long suffering. What's up?
Is it enduring?
Nah. I said it's long suffering. You know what I'm saying?
Con, you saying it's long suffering?
Con, it's long suffering. Nah, yeah, con. That was the word for it. I just gave it to you. But that's one of the Most High's best traits is long suffering. His patience, his tolerance. You know what I mean? He break us down and build us up every time. This is what the scripture's about to get into. I'm going to talk about when you get caught in the act. Keep going.
Verse 42 of Matthew 24. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doeth come.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 43. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
Mm-hmm. Just like anybody, if you knew somebody from breaking your house, you would have did everything in your power to keep them from breaking in your house.
Right.
I mean, this is talking about the element of, you can say the element of surprise. Keep going.
Verse 44.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore be ye also ready.
Be what?
Therefore be ye also ready.
Keep going.
For in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh.
Mm-hmm. Christ could come today. Imagine Christ come today and you sitting at home smoking a blunt. You know what I mean? Imagine Christ coming today and you blowing rod. You know what I mean? I mean, you rather blow rod than do the will of God. You know what I mean? You blowing rod instead of keeping the law, statutes, commandments. You getting your back blown out. You're a grown man and you
Right.
and you get caught with your pants down and Christ come back.
Right.
How stupid you gonna feel? You know what I'm saying? How stupid would you feel? It says Christ gonna come like a thief in the night. Keep going.
Verse 45. Who then is a faithful and wise servant,
Mm-hmm.
whom his Lord have made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season?
Keep going.
Verse 46. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Mm-hmm. It say, blessed is the man who, when Christ comes, he gonna be doing the right thing. When Christ comes, he ain't gonna be worried about nothing. Why? Because he been following Christ. He been actually doing what Christ told him to do. He been actually keeping the law, statutes, commandments. He been actually putting in work. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He ain't got to be afraid when Christ comes. But keep going. 47.
47. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods.
Mm-hmm. This goes into, for much is given, much is required. You know what I'm saying? It's much required of you if you made ruler over all your goods. If the Most High gives you something, it's a lot more you have to give him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't just receive something and abuse it. You know what I'm saying? Much is given, much is required. Keep going.
Verse 48. But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming.
See, now if you the opposite of that man and you think that Christ ain't gonna come back today, you think you got away with everything, you think that don't nobody see you, keep going.
Verse 49, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants
Mm-hmm.
and to eat and drink with the drunken.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 50, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of.
Uh-huh. Keep going.
Verse 51, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of the teeth. It's like of teeth.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is talking about the person who didn't think that Christ is going to come back. Who, I mean, the Christian church might lie to him, saying the laws, statutes, commandments is done away with.
Right.
He might think he can eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. He might think he can, you know what I mean, sleep with whores. He might think he can, you know what I mean, unalive everything walking. He might think he can do all the sin under the earth, under the sun. But when the Lord come, when Christ come, he will be punished. It doesn't matter who it is. I really wanted, this is similar. I really wanted the scripture, to whom as much is given, much is required. This is Tawab, though.
I can pull that for you if you need me to.
It's kind of on it. It just ain't got that part. That's the part I want. Let me see. Did Manah ever say what she needed on Luke 4 and 22?
Salaki says, if you could put in the chat what specific question did you have about Luke 4 and 22? I know she a few seconds behind. Let me pull that up for you.
Well, but just read it for me, and I'm just give you a general breakdown.
Oh, you want me to do like a verse above it, or two verses or whatever?
No, it's Tawab.
This is Luke chapter 4 and verse 22. And all bear him witness and wondered at the gracious words which proceeded out of his mouth. And they said, is not this Joseph's son?
They were just astonished of Christ. You see what I'm saying? The son of Joseph is Christ. That's all I can say. That's all I can say about this one. I'm not sure if she was meaning something in another verse, but this one, this is not saying it's not saying anything other than they were astonished. It's just saying, you know what I mean? This is just saying how they felt when Christ did these things. You know what I'm saying? It's just not the son of Joseph. It's not this the son. It's like, it's not this Joseph's son. Anybody in the class got any questions before I end it? Once, twice. Go ahead.
Could you go, what scripture is it that tells you what you can and can't eat?
Leviticus 11. Leviticus 11. That whole chapter. Let me see. The whole chapter, book of Leviticus, chapter 11. You got to come on.
I know a little bit is in Exodus.
It's 11, and it starts at 2.
I can pull it up real quick.
Go ahead. It's Leviticus 11 and 2. It's read.
Leviticus 11 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get it. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
Keep going.
Verse 3. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat.
Everybody knows what's cloven footed. A foot like that. Foot that look like that, like a cow foot. You know what I mean? Something like that. Something got a split in it, like a ninja foot, like a ninja. You know what I mean? Like a ninja's toes. You know what I'm saying? If it's cloven footed and cheweth the cud. Anybody know what cud mean? Cud. Go ahead.
Cud is like, for example, like when a cow eat something up, and then it like basically spit it back up, and then eat it back up, and like just eat it again, like before eat. That's the cud. The cud is like, you know what I'm saying? Them making sure that the food is good.
God, that's definitely good. But cud, you know what I mean? It also be like grass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, grass.
They chew grass. You know what I mean? All right, now keep going. And folks.
Come on, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4, nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. He is unclean to you.
So you can't eat no camel. You know what I mean? Lord alive, don't nobody in here think they can eat camel. You know what I mean? Camels, they fur is rough.
Right.
They got real rough fur. John the Baptist wore camel furs. You know what I'm saying? He was a rough nigga. You know what I mean? Right. What was you saying?
I'm about to say them Arabs be eating camelback.
Yeah, don't eat no camelback. You can't eat it. Why? Why can't you eat it?
The Lord said don't eat.
But what in the scripture say you can't eat it? You know what I mean? Gotta learn reading comprehension. Gotta comprehend. You know what I mean? When you read. I know you know look how I'm now I'm starting feeling the shock defense.
Yeah, you know.
We be like, please come. You said what? And 4. What you could box one?
Oh, she had got the wrong scripture. That
Leviticus 11 and 4. Oh, she got the wrong scripture.
Yeah, she had said the wrong verse.
That's why I said I had a feeling that it was the wrong thing.
God.
Is you following Kabajan? You in a apocrypha?
Nah, I got my phone right now.
What in this scripture? What in verse 4 is the reason we can't eat camelback?
Because it said right here, it said, but divided not the hoof. Right? There's not even cloven for it.
It cheweth the cud. You know what I mean? It cheweth the cud, but it's not cloven footed. You know what I mean? It has to be both. That's why you can't eat camel. Now keep going.
Verse 5, and the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you.
You can't eat a rabbit and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 6, and the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. So like I think the hare is the rabbit.
It's like the hares. It's like it. The coney. Like I think the coney is like a real big one.
Yeah, that's large.
Like a kangaroo or something.
Let me see. Coney. Like that. Kind of, it's the what's the name I was talking about? This is not a rabbit. It's called a daisy. You can't eat coney, Shalakia. That's what I was talking about was the hare. That's the real big rabbit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of. Water. And I keep going.
Verse 7, and the swine, though he divideth the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
Everybody know what swine is. Swine. Swine. Everybody know what swine is. What swine? Right. If you look up the definitions of swine, it's gonna say pig. Period. You know what I'm saying?
So
go ahead.
You got some people that like to try to find loopholes. They be like, "Oh, that just talking about the pig. It ain't talking about the warthog. It ain't talking about the wild boar and all that." I'm telling man, all that the same thing. It's a pig.
Read it again.
Verse 7, and the swine, though he divideth the hoof and be cloven footed.
It say, though you divide the hoof and be clothed footed. What's the other animals you name?
The hare, the coney,
the warthog.
or the warthog, the wild boar.
Though they divide the hoof, you can't eat them. Why? Because what? Keep reading.
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
Keep going.
He is unclean to you.
He's unclean. They need to stop trying to find ways to eat bacon.
Right.
They got to stop trying to find ways to do what they want. Right. Let me see. What is the end at?
I think you go through the whole chapter.
Nah. We ain't gonna read the whole chapter. Not tonight.
We
ain't gonna read that.
You want that correct scripture she gave us?
What is that?
It's Luke. It's still Luke 4, but instead of 22, it's verse 24.
Give me a second.
And she's saying her question is this saying prophets often are rejected for truth?
That's exactly what it's saying. Nobody really wanted to hear what Christ had to say either. Christ was doing miracles, but they still killed him. You know what I mean? I just told you. Peter was denying Christ. Peter was saying, I don't know him. I ain't never seen him in my life.
Right.
Peter was he just cut a man's ear off, but when they was capturing him. When they was arresting Christ, he cut a man's ear off for even touching Christ. Right. As soon as it got time for them to execute him, and they seen Peter, it was like, you was just with him. He said, no, I just wasn't. You know what I mean?
That's my twin brother.
It's just like in the truth, sis. It's just like in the truth. Prophets were often, rejected if people didn't want to hear what they had to say. The scriptures say, you know what I'm trying to think. You know what I'm thinking that when Christ was like, though the world hates you, know it hated me first.
Right.
You know what I mean? Though the world hates us right now, know that they hated Christ first.
Right.
All right. That's the answer to that. What's up with coming
on? That verse 24, she pulls that basically talking about the UPK. You feel me? Like how we go out there in our own country and in the streets, talk to our own people, our own nation. They reject us. And in fact, people will break off from the truth and create their own truth and push a whole lie. You feel me? Like just because they reject us, and a lot of them just reject us because they want to be known for the one that bring forth the truth, or they want to be a sinner.
They want to do everything we doing here, except they want to smoke weed.
Right.
They want to do everything we doing here, but they want white women. What's up?
I found the scripture too, so everybody can have it. It was in John chapter 15, verse 19. Let me read it.
Be hated of the world.
Come. All
right, go ahead, read it.
All right, this is the book of John chapter 15 and verse 19. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen ye out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. So like, it was verse before that, was verse 18. Like, verse 18, if the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Then it read off to 19. So like,
and the world hated Christ. Right. Christ did all the miracles. He saved so many people. He healed he made sure the blind could see. He made sure the lame could walk. He healed the sick. You know what I mean? He did everything good in the earth. And they still hated Christ. You know what I mean? Just answer just a question. Anybody else have any questions for the class? Anything, milk scriptures? Milk, anything like that? Weed. Questions about weed. You know what I mean? Whatever y'all did. Yeah, I mean, what been bothering you in the world? Let me see. I'm gonna go in the class. I feel like I deviated from the topic. I ain't ready to get off into it how I wanted to. But I think I might just pick it up next class or something. Whatever. You know what I mean? You got it ready?
Getting it ready now.
If anybody in the chat got a question, I'm gonna give y'all 1 minute to go and type it up. before I get up out of there. But with that, this is Ashby K. Started at 1 West under 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Hunter. I mean, I'm preaching officer 50 Kanaka. I got a Kamwan here. I'm a Kabashwan here. You know what I mean? It's Tuesday night brotherhood class. I kind of deviated from my topic a little bit. I might pick this up next week. But the topic was discipline is the key to righteousness. You know what I mean? But if anybody ain't got no questions, I'm going in the class. All right. I'm going in the class with that. Shalom. Mm-hmm. You got it.
I got you. Let it rap real quick. Look. The city eyes, it's time to vote God. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shotty in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls till you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times two. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Beers taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Java, come on, man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evans to a mall quad. Telling me how the crackers turn this child into a ghost town. Focus out, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas we bear arms like tarantula. Them mother niggas rap, I make anthems. I really see prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirt in Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo, spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Hate me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yaradon, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember, I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.